That'd be kind of funny if.
Is that?
No, I don't know.
Oh no. Oh yeah,
That's
that
a
would
name
be
you would
funny.
have though.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk too much on anything like that. I'm gonna let you play. Say you do this first round, then kind of critique you on what you need to be looking for. Probably since it's a hybrid map, I'll probably start talking maybe second to third point. On some things that you need to kind of work on while you're on the defense, because defense and offense are two different type of game modes. So
Yeah.
there'll be things
Just a
I'll.
heads up.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to myself when I play. In terms of
That's
like,
fine.
I like explain to myself what I'm doing.
That's fine. Just, yeah.
I mean,
It helps with the thought process because hopefully at some point you can not have to waste time doing that. That can be just automatically in a thought process, and you can use those comms to call out other things while you're still thinking about
sometimes
that.
I'll even unmute and just talk like that. I'll be like, I'm gonna say hotel. I'm waiting for the Zen to pass by so I can dive on him and get a free kill. It's like that sort of stuff.
Yeah. This is just VOD review stuff. Do every Thursday.
I have a Zen.
That was a little risky, but not too bad. So he's getting, so right there you got, he got a decent amount of value from just kind of playing there, so that was pretty decent positioning. A little risky, like I said, from the Hanzo. But, I mean, he got a lot of value from just literally standing there having the Hanzo look and have to aim at him. So from not doing anything, he did something. So getting attention and stuff like that is pretty good.
Oh, I misclicked. Oh. No. Wait, I stay alive here though. Huge Zarya bubble.
Wow, that was very lucky, and luckily he didn't get punished there. So
huge bubbles are
not terrible. He made it out alive.
Human abilities, we killed them here.
Good rotation here, waiting for the cooldowns and stuff.
Lucky no jump. Need to go kill this Zen.
Okay, so right there, you should have grabbed the health pack because they have 148 health.
Hanzo works.
Yeah, definitely should have went to get the health pack before we went to go get in. But I mean,
I think we
like,
should rally next fight.
Bottom line, no matter what happens, if he's winning the fight, he's winning the fight. So you could say the same thing of like if he went to take that other 2 seconds to get that, then they may have got a kill, which could easily be argumented. I would have went to go get Rally here. Because if he would have got Rally, he wouldn't have died as quick. Because he called for a Rally.
I take those trades honestly. Nano for Genji.
Didn't.
What?
Like you could have easily rallied early and then got armor and then put.
Coming back with Blade if we can stall. We need it. We're up 1. No, we're even.
So it's definitely winnable. Nobody's died yet.
Yeah, we need this.
Goes for a turret.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Kinda dies there.
I should have just given that up. Got a Doom Tor, but I don't think Genji's gonna be the play anymore. They're off the Zen too. That's a just gonna go Kree. I can burn 1Q when he jumps.
Right, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Somebody behind him, but I don't know if he's looking behind him. It sounds like somebody's top right. Or super
I died there. Okay. Hey, hold up.
That's something, that death there. You ain't doing anything on that. You walk around the corner and you get hit, and look, can't really do too much on that one. That was just a good hit. Good land on the target.
I think Ryan walked the left side. Monkey's one. Doom no abilities. We need to kill Doom here. Nice. Breaking turret up top.
Your team is winning the fight, so it's not really any too worry about trying to get kills. So it's fine, kind of so
grab window
far.
this next fight. Never mind.
Okay, he's calling out the ability, so
Play a pop to noon.
they're going to grab and. If he would have just stayed back with his
That might be
team,
worth.
he probably would have got more
Next fight they're
value.
gonna be without their Rona.
Because his whole team was there. And I say this
That
all
comes
the
in big.
time. You don't need to flank with High Noon. He could have easily just stood there with his team and probably got more value.
See, we don't have any ults. What do you, Tracer?
Like I
Tracer
think,
can't
he,
get
like
a
he's
free
trying to
pick or
be.
force out
I think
chance
he's
on
trying to
this
make a playmaker
huge.
without needing to
push
make a
him.
play. Sometimes you just need to be there with your team and not make a play. Just be there and do your job on your hero. And that's something I want to mention to him.
Huge
So they're up 2 right now.
Can you shoot the
So
turret,
there's
please?
I'm
no
sleeping.
On the stairs, on the left.
reason to
What
really
is that window?
put
We did not need
pressure
that.
on that.
We windowed to break a turret. I forced an L.
Yes. Because the time when you want to really be making a play is like when you're down
Two flanking
one.
right, two flanking right. Zen and Kree.
Just
Kree's
flash.
flanking behind.
I'm horrible. Wow.
He
No flash,
had-
these zones are.
I missed so much on that.
He had the flash. As soon as you miss the first shot, immediately
I
flash.
think I would have been H2 if I didn't miss.
They have a Lucio now, no more Zen.
And plays like that, like they was already up 1. That fight was already won. There
Did
was
Ryan Shatter last fight?
like-
If he didn't, he has for
Wait,
sure.
wait, touch.
Oh.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and intervene a little bit while he's playing. This fight's lost, so okay. So what I want you to start doing with your playstyle is not trying to go for any type of flashy plays. I want you to play a little more further back and just play with your team until you lose a player. If you go down to a 5v6, I want you to try to go for a flashy play at that point. But I want you to just play with your team how you would standardly. When that shatter went out, he could have easily. He could have used his ult there. So little tip when it comes to high noon, when your team gets shattered there, you should have high nooned as soon as that shatter went out. As soon as your team got shattered and you wasn't shattered, you're supposed to high noon, because as soon as you do that, they're not gonna push. And that gives yeah, they may still get shot, but they're not going to push, and that Ryan's not going to really be able to push in. So that's something that you should be doing. And like I said, whenever you're down 1 or something, that's when you want to be making plays. You were making plays for really no reason when you're either up 1 or when you're even in a fight. Right then, like a lot of times, especially in this low SR, there's no need to try to make some player play making plays, because the risk is too much. Perfect example is like when you went to go flank the Ana. You was already up 1 in that fight. If you would have just played back with your team, y'all would have easily won that fight. But since you went to go make that play, high risk, high reward, but you ended up missing the shots, and she ended up killing you, and then y'all lost that fight because of that. So, like I said, play with your team, do what you're going to do.
Even as Genji?
No, as Genji, any character, as soon as you're down 1, you want to try to go for a play. You want to make some crazy play. It's just simple as that. You have to play super aggressive at that point.
Okay.
Because
I'll try and
you
look it up.
either need to die as fast as possible, or you get some crazy amount of kills. Because either way is going to work out.
Is that a Zen? No, that's a Widow. That's both. Fight with the Rhine here. Rhine doesn't die? What? We backed up.
Zen's down.
Just play with your Rhine, we're up.
So perfect call there when you died, or when that Rhine was won. You should have called that out. I think you should.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to walk back, honestly. I expected him just walking forward.
Well, expect the unexpected in this rank.
True.
And just play around.
No stone on the Kree.
Okay, so you're down 3 right now. So you need to go for some crazy play or something to try to get something.
Why did she nano? What was that?
Because you got you pressured. That's why.
Really? That's why she nanoed
Watch.
there?
She thought. I bet she thought you had blade.
Wow.
But you're down 1. You're down 1 or down 2. So if you try to go for that play, they're gonna think you see something, which is why you play aggressive
grab,
like that.
Grab. I have both. I'm just walking out of spawn.
Which we're down 1 again. Oh.
Unless you can win here with it.
Yeah, he goes for a play and he gets something from it, and y'all still can easily.
I'm like 5 seconds behind. I'm here. You can grab after this.
I'm gonna blade. Oh.
High careful.
Oh.
See? Perfect
Kinda
play.
messed up that dash.
That's
Not
fine.
gonna lie.
Kill these guys above. Top right.
Worked out. Zen's behind.
Like I said, anytime you need to play aggressive, like, just keep that in mind. Anytime you're down 1, just play aggressive and go for it.
Were we down 1 when I jumped on the Kree? I kind of just saw an opportunity, so I took it.
It was
staggered.
you was down 1, but technically it was
That's 3
even,
down.
so it was a 5v5. So either one could be
press
fine.
up on.
So obviously,
These guys
if they
don't
try
have
to
killers,
push,
press them.
you just blade if you need to, and they're gonna touch.
I
So
don't think
blade,
we need it. It's
blade.
2v1 though. I think it's too late, but I just didn't see like the point of a blade there, because it's a 5v2. We should win those.
You should win those, but you don't want to have that 4 minutes turn into 2 minutes because they get a touch. They used Torvald there, and they had the Orisa and McCree. If you don't blade there and don't get anything, and they happen to get lucky with something, that 5 minutes you were going into now is way less time. Because of that. It's better just to waste it, because you're going to build it back soon anyways. You have Graph coming up, and you're going to have Shatter again. Who cares? It's just an ability. Okay, you're down, or you're even. Now you're up. So.
We're up. Where's that Zen? The Zen's attacking from somewhere.
Kill the Orisa. Zen's dead. No Ana. You can press. You can be aggressive here.
Holy, that Genji was actually much fun. Oh.
Ball. Kill ball.
They're just beaming you.
Is that the play there? Assuming that there's 3 squishies there, do you focus the turret?
What is your team comp?
It was Tracer, Rhine, Zarya.
If you have something else to shoot the turret, I don't think you need to necessarily focus the turret. Not in that situation, because they're already staggered out. The turret's not really going to be that much of a nuisance to you guys. And it hasn't been a nuisance the whole time. So, if they were like, oh, this turret is just focusing us down to... Okay, then yeah, maybe. But the Torb hasn't been too much of an issue. If you can kill a healer really quick, go for that healer that doesn't have armor.
Alright.
But it's all going to be situational. You guys was up
Yeah.
2 in that fight anyways. So
Yeah. I
okay,
just saw them because they had to
so
touch. So I was
you
like,
picked
okay, I
Genji
break that.
here, and you probably should have went the McCree because on attack you had to swap to the McCree. So when they attacked, you had to swap to the McCree. There's no real reason I would risk playing Genji on defense again. I would just automatically go with the
You
safer
just
pick.
automatically go with the safe pick.
Yes, because you had to switch off anyway.
Alright. I'll keep that in
Because
mind.
then that puts you back in a comfort pick of Genji, of what you wanted to pick.
I just wait for my tracer here. Oh, that's a misclick.
Oh, you need to try to do something.
I did. Oh, just
Yeah, there's no stalling here.
our tracer died actually immediately too.
Oh,
I expected her to be alive so I could push in.
The reason why y'all lost that is because all 6 of their DPS were shooting the same direction. Unlike last time when you played, you was dealing damage to the Hanzo and the Zen or Honor or somebody. There was multiple people looking at you. So there was less pressure on the front line. This time, all 6 people were looking at the front line.
Just need to win one fight. They barely moved the cart.
Not risking it. I think I go up top and just pressure him from.
Yeah, you should constantly be checking what your team ultimates are too, because you can see what you're going to be using. There you go, good brush.
Kill the hog, kill the hog, kill the hog. It's just a hog. It's just a hog.
Tell your team to walk forward. You need to help back that up and just.
Alright.
Yeah, because he's the only one calming right now. You need to keep yelling with him because your Ryan's literally standing there with full HP, full shield. You need to tell him, like, y'all need to push. Like, if you're going to calm, those are calms where that can make a difference. Because that hog could survive long enough for the rest of his team to come back because your Ryan doesn't push forward. And then they come back. But the play there, I mean, when you went to go dive in and stuff like that, that was fine. You went in at the right time, but you really need to see what ultimates you're going to have. I don't see you hitting tab enough when, like, pre-fights and everything to know what your team's going to work with. Because if you know your team's going to grab, you're going to play a little safer and be ready to dash in. If you know you're going to shatter, you're going to be looking for the angle to be able to, well, dash through and stuff like that. You need to be knowing what your team can probably do and what you want them to do. If you're ready for them to grab and you see a good opportunity, you tell them to grab because they may not see it. So you have to be constantly kind of telling your team, like looking at that type of stuff. So not only that you can be ready, so that you can tell your team to be ready.
Alright.
Okay, you're down 1 right now, so you need to try to look to make some play or something like that. And not try to stay with your team as much. Unless you're going to wait, but now it looks like you're going to wait, so now you gotta wait.
I mean, I didn't see any real play, like, from the top.
Take another angle. Take a more aggressive angle.
That's why I walked hotel as well.
Okay, there's 1.
Oh. We're up, I just need to stay alive.
Yep.
Can I get an orb or something? Anything?
Soldier's hotel.
Jesus, holy fuck, like, please. Peeking through the window for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know there, dude.
He went for the aggressive play after all.
No, we didn't even get that.
Nope. Apparently
He's living in a hotel. I thought we would like, cause our Ryan's just sitting there. I was waiting for some sort of space so I could walk on him.
Dropping shit on him.
they're gonna use their ult. Fine.
I need heals on the right. I need heals on the right. I need heals on the right. Holy shit, thank you.
I need to contest the map. Oh, my Tracer saved me there.
Just run away. You're trading out. That's fine.
Yeah, we win these though. We win these.
Yeah, no, they're going to top.
Kill the hog, kill the hog. Wait, what? We grab pulse
like,
after.
that's like
use
the
blades,
third
bait
one.
out immortality, and then we grab pulse.
Alright. Wait, they don't have a BAP. They don't have a BAP. They Lucio's.
Oh, they don't. Oh, okay, sick. All right, just
I'll bait out Transo. I'm
just-
gonna jump on the.
go ahead. Yeah. You do that, and then we grab pulse.
I don't know how to. They see me here now.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait. There's no need for you to shoot or anything. Just go.
There's
Okay,
a soldier
3,
next to
2,
you.
1. Oh, okay, well, never mind.
What?
Okay.
There's some
Soldier's
people on point. Look on
By
point.
the way.
I saw the Zen there, and I didn't want the trans happening. I didn't use all, but I wanted to force out trans while I saw him inside the building alone.
Yeah. Alright, so let's look at this VOD. There's not a lot of stuff that I want to go over, but there is a couple things that we already talked about that I want to kind of go over in a actual thing. Let me,
Let's see. Alright,
give me 1 second. Let me load up Overwatch.
let's put it in the VOD review
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Got all my credit.
You're.
How many? 4,000.
No way, really?
I have 4,000 now.
Oh, in total. I thought you.
No, I probably got 2,000 2,000 points. Profile, replay. Go sack.
Osak.
So, like I said, there's not a lot of stuff that I've seen from this that I'm like, oh man, this definitely needs to be worked on, but there is one thing that I do want to mention that was happening kind of constantly. Okay, so, you are number 1. Okay, so, like I said, on that first attack, like, you was here, which kind of got a lot of them to look at you. So, look what's going on. So, when you're here, okay, you have 1, 2, 3 people looking at you. Alright?
Uh-huh.
Look what's going on in your front line. They have nothing to worry about because half of their team is literally on 2 people, essentially.
So I need to call them to walk in?
No, but this is, you was confused on why your Rhine got destroyed last round on defense. This is why your Rhine didn't get destroyed last round. Look, your Rhine's just now getting healing.
Yeah.
Because your Ana, Hanzo, and Zen were all back here looking at you and the Tracer. And by the time the nade comes in, they can't even do anything about it. You didn't even kill anybody. And this is the same thing I was talking to Cinnabon about, is that you're not even doing anything other than existing, which is now causing multiple people to look at you versus look at their front line, and now your team literally just walks in. Yes, this was a good play.
So I need to do that, okay.
Yeah, if you're not getting kills or something, you're getting value by just being here and existing.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not looking at you because you're not doing anything, then yeah, you need to be doing damage or something like that. But you had 3 people on them, and our team had nobody. Like, they wasn't doing anything. Nothing was going on. What? Oh no, the monkey's back here. When there's a Baptiste Brig and Zarya. Oh well. The Rhine's up here by himself with no healing. Who the fuck cares? Like,
oh, wait, did Ryan walk back? He went back.
Yeah.
To the monk.
So like this type of stuff, like that, like that's exactly what you want to do. Now skip ahead to this fight here. Let's go a little further. Okay. Okay. So different play. You're back here. But watch. Different team comp, so it's a little more pressure, but where is everybody shooting at?
Round 9.
Exactly. They are not looking behind them. Ana looking to heal, but everybody is shooting this way. Nobody's looking up high. Nobody's doing this. The turret's looking at this way. Zen's looking this way. Everybody is looking this way. And now, where's our DPS? You guys aren't in the fight. So you're putting yourself at a disadvantage from this. And then the Rhine just instantly gets deleted. And then it's like, okay, well now I'm going to do something. And then the Tracer just gets deleted. You finally start going. But at this point, your tank's already down. They don't give a shit. They have a better team composition. So they're not even worried about you guys. So that's what I want to mention there is when you was making those plays like that. And then another one, let's see. This was... Oh wait, this was the y'all defense. Go to y'all's back. Okay. Okay, so now you come up here. This Anna's probably scared or something, because she probably thinks you have Blade. So, because she's alt tracking. You're at 78, so she may not be too far off, but she may be like, "Oh, you have Blade. We don't have Trance yet, so we need to make sure our McCree can kill this Genji that's on him." Nanos him. Well, and because they ain't going to high noon, it's not electric out, but he's at 33% ult.
Yeah.
So he does that to put all these efforts into you to get out this ultimate after you're already down 1-2 heroes, which is fine because now you just got out Nano for literally no reason. You put a lot of pressure on them because you're down one, and this is the same thing that on why I say stuff on when I'm talking about other teams too. Is when the enemy team is down one, sometimes you have to put more pressure, even if it's a 5v6. Yes, you don't want to probably nano or anything like that, but if you feel like they do have something, then you definitely want to go for it. But if you're correct here, if they're reading the play correctly, you guys are down 2 heroes and you're still going for a play, which means the play that you're doing is not going to be an ultimate play. Ideally, you don't throw ultimate in here. You can, if you're tracking the Zenyatta ult and accurate with that, yeah, you could definitely go for an Nano Blade here and win a team fight if you had Blade, but it's a little bit of a risk considering you guys have 5 minutes. I don't know if I would really just waste 2 ultimates on a fight where you guys are already super far ahead. I think I would honestly just take the 6-second, 10-second delay and then go in on a better play or something like that. But that's one example I wanted to show there on this play there. Oh shoot, you're in stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to stream. I forgot to stream what I was looking at, so everything's probably
I've been
a little.
watching the delay.
Yeah, sorry, I've been a little bit of a delay there, but there hasn't been a lot of movement. So once I get to this point, you kind of understand what I'm saying. So other than that, that's kind of the 2 things that I seen. I would have to see a loss and see kind of you doing the same exact stuff for me to kind of point out any other major flaws and stuff like that. There's obviously some aiming issues when it came to the McCree and the On, and that could be because you ain't warmed up or anything like that. But
Yeah,
that is something like going to that and going to that fight when you drop down and try to focus on the Ana. I would say if you miss that first shot, just flashbang. It doesn't matter where the dignity is, the right click. Do you want to win the game, or do you want to say, oh, I don't right click all the time, but I'm 2000 SR? Who the fuck cares? If you're winning and it counts and it's cheesy or whatever, it's whatever. Because everybody hated seeing goats, but did you see any top tier teams not playing goats? Did you see any top tier teams not playing shield? Do you look in the top 500 leaderboards and see a vast amount of heroes, or do you see the same 6 heroes played all the time? Because that is what's good. Whether or not it is what makes the game fun or whatever, it is you want the SR, you want to be the top of the leaderboard, you want to be at the whatever. You play what's going to be good, not what's going to be moralizing in a video game. Okay? So just kind of keep that in mind and put the ego kind of aside and literally just flashbang, right click if you need to. If you can hit the headshot, hit the headshot. It doesn't fucking matter. But get the kill. So do whatever you need to do to get the kill, do whatever you need to do to get the win, stuff like that. But overall, I think everything was pretty good. You, like I said, that first fight there, getting the targets on you and stuff, looking at you rather than team, definitely keep that up. Utilize that high ground, that movement and stuff like that. There was a lot of times that you wasn't really out of the fight too much. So really good job on rotating and kind of keeping busy during the fights and pre-fights and stuff like that. There wasn't a lot of dead time that you had, other than maybe that first fight at the beginning and maybe one other time you might have been a little slow. But a lot of times you was doing stuff often. And that's exactly what you want to see. Now, obviously, the better angles and stuff like that, the more ult charge you can get because you're hitting better targets and doing more damage and stuff. But other than that, I think you was doing fine. Do you have any questions or anything? Do you have any questions, Panda?
No.
Okay. All right. So next week, when we do this, would like to see another VOD. If you want to, or next time when you come back, I'd like to see another VOD, either next week or whatever. Get one of you doing this exact same stuff with the roughly same heroes. Getting value and stuff like that on a loss to see. Let's see what you did wrong there. What play was wrong, what and everything like that. But I really want you to start doing a little more of whenever you're down one, play aggressive and trying to get a play or something like that. And
or even when I'm even, right?
No, not when you're even and you try to make a play. It's a high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to take the risk. You're even. Now, if you have an ultimate or something, that is something I did want to mention. Stop, for the love of God, trying to go behind backlines and just hit the Q button. During your play there, when you try to you get the McCree high noon off, you went behind and you didn't kill anybody. If you would have literally just stuck with your team and stayed there, you would have got every kill or got 4 or 5 kills. If you would have just stayed with your team and stop trying to go for a play with your high noon.
Okay.
So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, that's something I did want to mention there, because the high noon usage, both high noons were pretty rough when it came to getting as much value as you can from them. So all right. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I almost forgot to mention that part. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will grab the next person, which was Bryce. See ya. Okay. Bryce, do you have a VOD, or are you going to do a live?
Live.
Okay. Then go ahead, hop into VOD review. Okay. So, go ahead, share your screen. What role are you going to be playing, and what hero are you going to be playing?
Probably far junk.
Okay. Use the priority passes, please.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you was watching in stream, but I'll kind of was you in stream when I was explaining what I'll be doing? If
No,
not,
I wasn't.
okay. So pretty much how it's going to work. Your first round that you're going to be doing, depending on what the map is and stuff, I will be kind of silent.
Okay.
I'll kind of let you play and see how you do things. Toward the second round is when I'll be kind of giving a little more live feedback on things you need to be doing. If it's a hybrid map or a payload map or something like that, then I will be kind of talking toward the end of second points and stuff like that on attack and defense, just because they're both different games and stuff like that. I prefer if you don't swap heroes unless you are getting hard countered. Then if you want to swap, go ahead. But I don't want, I would like to keep it to a minimum of 2 heroes. So we can keep kind of the same consistency uh, uh, each time you're playing. So,
Okay.
and then while we're waiting for the queue and stuff, do you have any questions over anything regarding the far, or you said you're playing far and junk?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Maybe Reaper, but yeah, it depends.
Oh yeah, yeah. Depending on the map and stuff, there would be different heroes. And then you can talk to people if you want to. I'm not really worried about that. Whatever you would normally do in a normal game. I cannot hear your game. Are you sharing game audio?
Yeah, I
Because
should be.
I don't hear any game audio right now from you.
That's weird.
Can you? I was gonna say, can you check the Discord thing real quick and see if it's. I heard a little bit of it, like as you tabbed out or something. Thinking, make sure it's the window. Yep, there we go. Yep, now I can hear stuff.
Traveling to Hanamura.
Sorry, this isn't gonna help.
Fall Guys in Overwatch.
I'm pretty sure that's WarioWare. I think I've played that.
Oh, Panda said that. I thought you were saying that.
Yeah, no, I was reading I was reading what he typed in there. Alrighty, so good luck in your game. Like I said, I'm gonna try not to talk during this first round. I'll talk on the next thing or whatever.
Hello there.
You're gonna get caged on Lover's Watch.
This is some low FPS right now, guys. We are pushing a big 12 frames FPS stream to the thing. Are you V-synced right now? How many frames can you get in Overwatch? 60? Like, is the max you get is 60?
No, I think it's just because I'm streaming.
Okay. That's what I was just wondering. Okay. No, it's fine. If it's going from there, yeah.
4, 3, 2,
That's fine. Yeah. All right. Mute my mic.
Commence combat operations. Tango down.
Ooh, this is
I will not waste this
a
opportunity.
rough stream. This is gonna have to be a VOD review next time, because this is what is this? 12 frame? Can we get a frame counter right now? Can we get a frame counter, please? Yeah, we're gonna next round. Oh, I'm gonna have to see how this round goes, and then kind of go from here, because this round he'll have to get some he'll have to get VODs because his computer can't stream.
Get back.
Commence attack on objective B.
This is. I mean, this is a little rough to kind of see this and lag it behind. So next round, I'm gonna be like, look, man, you're gonna have to.
Heroes never die. This will heal you.
Okay, so that
My team needs me.
engagement there should not have happened. He was gonna die there no matter what. Because he was way too close to that McCree. It should have been like a lot more. Like he should be playing a lot. Yeah, like a range like this. Like a lot. What? Look how like he's getting way too close for no real reason, and not finishing anybody off.
I don't know. Well,
Like
I switched to 2 hit scan.
I'm bobbing point. Okay, that's huge.
Get in there, Bob. The battle continues.
they got a tick, so
Health restored.
during that ultimate there, he definitely should have tried to. I don't know if he had concussion there. I don't think he did, but I feel like he should have just saved the concussion. There was no reason to like speed over there.
Trace ahead.
Um,
Clearing the area.
I'll switch to junk after that ult.
I don't think he's going to get any value with ult here. Yeah, he's already died before the ultimate. Like the only thing that he's doing right now,
Raptora systems online.
honestly, is just getting them to reload on the enemy team. Just because there's not really anything he's doing, he's not really getting any value from anything. Like by the time his team's fighting, his team is dead, and by the time he's there to fight, he gets one rocket and he's dead. So there's no real reason for him to do anything. This frame drop. Can we get another frame counter, please? Can we get a frame counter, like big letters, like right here, big letters on the left or right side of the screen, just to know what we're looking at on frames, because
I have to get power. I cast this forth. We still need you. My fault. Not yet.
he should have just ulted. So it's been 2 minutes, no ultimate yet. So he gives them he gives them 600 HP of ult charge. And he goes all the way to this health pack. When his team was right behind him.
Down here.
Really good position around that thing. Luckily timed.
This is my curse. Repositioning. That's more like it.
Let's get to that outfit. My will may
Comes.
activating self-destruct sequence. Your support.
Fix. I'm back already. Shoot Ryan, shoot Ryan. Shoot Zarya. Or McCree.
60 seconds
He drops down when he has full HP, but no real reason to.
Shoot Ana. Ana's their only healer.
And he's getting healed and drops again. There's so much time he's not relying on his team when his team has been there every single time. He's like relying on health packs
How are we
without
getting
mobility. Without any mobility. Like there's just a lot of stuff that it's not like not getting done. So, and there's a lot of stuff in this VOD or in this gameplay right now that needs to be fixed.
Shoot McCree. McCree low.
Hey, Res, I vault. Never mind.
Okay, so going on the fire play, the fire play was okay, but the problem was your engages and what you're trying to do for duels. And I'll cut back to the point when you're on the catwalk on second point, when you first engage on the McCree. The very first time you go to engage on the McCree, you go straight in front of his face for no real apparent reason. Your rockets don't have fall-off damage, and the window is right there, so if he's going to look out the window, he's going to get shot. But instead, you walk up to him to try to, I don't know, to take more damage or something like that. So there's no real reason to play, like, there's no real reason to play that close. Then, again, not only do you go on the catwalk and you take a longer way, because you go to the right side, or left side, I guess you can say. And that was a great angle, but you do the same exact thing, but to a Zen. So instead of just playing back and building alt charge up, you try to take the fight to somebody, like, person straight on for some reason. And as a far, there's no reason you need to do that. You can die so easily. Then the other thing is that you're kind of relying on nothing but health packs when your team has been there to heal you every single time. So this round, I want you to play around your team a little bit more and be there to rely on their health, on them to heal you, rather than going straight to health packs.
Shoot Ryan. Shoot Zarya.
And I don't want you to play, like, you're playing these long range heroes, so I want you to rely on playing longer range and not have to play close range unless you need to. With the Junkrat, you want to be playing angles and bouncing things off of walls. So to make sure they go down the choke where they're going to be walking from, where you don't have to be close. There's no reason for you to be up close and personal to anybody unless you're going to try to go for a concussion play, which you don't really need to do. Like right here, fine, perfect. You had to rotate over, trying to go over. Excellent play there, fine. But you need to play much further back, much more around corners, much more around cover, and rely on your team a lot more for heals, and stop running away from them for heals. Run to them for heals. That's something that's been happening a lot. I'm curious to see what his movement in here is. Okay, they're up 2, up 1. They're up 2 now, so there's no real reason to do anything here. Curious on what this jiggly movement is. Got another kill. Still no need to tire here. Touch and point, but it's just there to kind of scare somebody. Fine. All you need to do here is literally play back. Okay, they got a kill. And they're playing so far.
Point. Help her more.
They're playing so far
How did we-
forward.
what did we
Once
do?
again, they're playing. I don't. All they have to do is just play at their team. Three ultimates go out.
Huge.
5 ultimates go
I
out.
don't know that. We have one ult.
So. Okay, so I don't want you trying to take any duels or playing close to anybody. I don't want you playing or trying to play close to the enemy team at all. I want you just playing angles and out of LOS if you're playing Junkrat. The only time I want you getting close to somebody is if they sneak up onto you or try to take a duel to you. There's no reason you should be playing as close as you normally do. Or if it's for objective purposes, like that.
She's alright.
Yeah, now he's stuck up on you, so there's
Winnable.
nothing you're really going to be able to do there. Oh, y'all lose this, easy. Okay, so send me this VOD. We'll go over this VOD. And for now on, you will have to send VODs. Because you cannot stream this. It is at 20 frames or something like that. So post the code, and we'll go over your stuff. You can just post it in VOD reviews here. Because then if any other coaches look at it. Let's see. Okay, so. Alright, let me make sure I stream here. Rather than last time where I was only streaming on Twitch. So, you guys are number 7. Okay, so. Starting with this. Okay, you go for this junk, fine. Excellent play, no problem. Okay. And their team plays too far close, or too far forward, so you guys just punish them. So, at this point, all you gotta do is just walk forward. There's no reason to really hold anywhere. Just walk forward and put pressure on the point. You're playing a little slow here, waiting for something to happen. You guys have already made something happen. You got kills here. Excellent play. Fine. All you gotta do is just start putting pressure on the point. Okay, instead of going to get the health pack behind you, you come up here. Where you're already discorded and everything like that. So, kind of bad play there. When you're out in the open. Especially when you're that low of health. If you had 180 health, and then you go up there, that's fine, because you can make it to that mega health pack. But being one shot and taking an angle when there's people still alive, you probably want to just go straight to a health pack. You need to get that in your mind. If you're that low HP, go to a health pack. Okay, so, here's what I'm talking about. McCree. Right here, right? Okay, got shot off on you automatically. And what do? Come in, and you start trying to push forward onto him. I don't know why you try to push forward into him, because last time I checked, you was 80 HP trying to take a contest, not knowing if you was going to get healed. So you're going into this fight with 80 HP against a McCree who literally walked around the corner and got the first headshot on you. I don't know what the thought process is here, but it's wrong. You don't take a close range duel with a McCree. That's just stuff that you don't do. The only time you ever do something like that is if you can get the drop on him and you think you can outplay him. If that's the case, then cool. But you don't take close range things with stuff that can stun you. That's just something that doesn't happen. Because you end up getting both your teammates killed. Or you and your teammate killed. Okay. Come back in. And this is where I was like, oh, I think this is where you take a better angle. Okay? Great angle. Perfect angle. Right? Because their whole team is literally right in front of you. If they're going to do damage to you, the fall off is going to be too long. So you can take a couple shots at that point. And then if something happens, you can literally go away. Oops. Oh, hold on. You can literally go away. I don't know why my thing does not want to toggle free cam. You can go away and just go back over here to where there's a health pack over here. There's a health pack in this room. There's a health pack down around the corner. There's all these opportunities and things you can do from right here and still being effective. But once again, the thought process is wrong and you start walking toward people. And you still walk toward people. And your movement in the sky isn't some top 500, so all you're doing when you float is just wasting resources because you're not making it any harder for anybody to hit you. And you go in and die again. Where you could have literally just sat at that corner, built your ult that fight, and would have been fine. Oh, oops. You get res here, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you get rezzed. Okay. High noon comes out. You hide from it. Fine. Okay. They get all these kills. There's nothing you're going to be doing here. Okay. And then you immediately come down here to get this health pack, which nobody was putting pressure on you. And this is what I was going to mention is that I don't think you should have used your concussion mine here. I think you could have saved it. And then if you would have used your concussion mine, if you had your concussion mine here, you could have booped them into the bomb. They got something from that. But, whatever. They use their ults, you guys die, and it's a reset. Okay. Okay. Doing another fight here. This is your third fight on the far, essentially. And you're at 4 minutes. Okay, you've already got a tick. It's 4 minutes. There's no real pressure at this point, okay? You're still comfortable. You can kind of do what you want. Ideally, this is where you want to be kind of looking for swaps if you're going to be making swaps out. On the enemy team, they have a Zen and 3 hit scans technically, or yeah, 3 hit scans. So at that point, you probably want to think about swapping. And I think you say that here is like, oh, they got hit scans. I'm going to swap after all. Okay. We'll foreshadow here a little bit. You don't swap for alt because you never do alt. Okay, so you're right here. You could easily wait right here where you're at and just concussion mine in, because your concussion mine comes back in what, 5 seconds?
8.
No, you have your concussion mine already. So you don't even need to wait for your concussion mine. You can literally wait for 2 seconds, wait for a bubble, concussion mine over, you hit your Q, kill all of them because none of them have ults other than Shatter, which it can't affect you, and now you get 3-4 kills or whatever. Worst case scenario, you die mid-ult, and then you swap anyways. Best case scenario, you stay alive with ult, get a couple kills, get more point presence on the point, and then you swap anyways. Either way, it's a win-win situation because you need to use your ult. Bottom line, you're already down 1, so playing aggressive here is the same thing that I was talking to Panda last round, is when you're down 1, you need to play super aggressive, and in this case, on 2CP, you probably want to say no to that, but in this case, you have your ultimate here, and your Mercy's already Valking, you already said you're going to swap, so there's already 3 things in the pro favor of doing this, of maybe getting value from it. You're already going to swap anyways. You're down 1 and you need to play aggressive when you're down 1. Your Mercy already that's 4 things in the pro side. What is the cons of alting here? There is no what con can you think of alting here? There is none.
Not one.
So your thought process was completely wrong here when it came to doing this. And then you shoot one rocket now, and then you just walk away. And I was confused on what you was planning on doing. I was like, okay, is he gonna go all the way around the back? It's a little slower than where he was, but okay, fine. But then you don't, and you just walk this way and kind of do nothing. And both your team is dead, and you're just kind of sitting up here waiting for something to happen. Now you're pushing up, which I don't know why you're pushing up here. Okay. And instead of going to the health pack where you actually need to go to, you sit here at 92 health in a vulnerable spot. But you get pocketed here, fine. Your team is literally giving all the pockets in the world, and then you die. Then you get rezzed. They use bubble, so you should be hitting Q at this point. But you don't, and you die again. So, like, this is just, like, there's no reason for you to even play. Like, what, I'm curious on what you're waiting, what is your thought process on waiting to hit Q here?
I don't know.
You don't have any thought process on waiting to hit Q. What triggers you to hit Q?
Get as much value out of it as possible.
Which is what, getting 6 kills?
Like 3.
Ha-
3.
Okay, so okay, so let's work backwards. Your goal is to get 3 kills, right?
Sure.
Well, yes or no, because that's what you just said, yes?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Okay, so now 2 or 3 kills. So let's say 2 kills. Your goal, your thought process is, I want to get 2 kills with my ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's work backwards from that. How can you possibly do that? What is the easiest way you can do that?
Just pressing Q over them.
Well, that's obviously, yeah, but what look at your team comp, look at their team. What is something that you have to probably go and do? What has to come, what has to fall into your favor before you can even get 2 kills?
Ryan Shield needs to
Nope.
not exist.
Nope. What has to happen for you to get at least 2 kills?
Trans.
Nope.
Needs to not
What has to happen for you to get 2 kills with your ultimate?
Oh, you have to go in.
Nope.
Oh.
There has to be at least 2 people close enough for you to get 2 kills with. That is the first thing. If you look at their team, how they're playing, not all of them are always together. There's Zen somewhere by themselves, the Yana's in the back line, the Sombra's invisible, you're not getting her, the Ryan's somewhere in the front line doing his thing, sometimes the Yana's with the McCree, sometimes the McCree's with the Zarya, so your first thing is to get 2 people next to each other. Your main goal is to get 2 people killed with your ultimate, right? That is the bottom goal, that a top goal. First and foremost, that is what you want to get with your ultimate. So the first thing that has to happen, you have to have at least 2 people playing with each other that are there, okay? Now, we've moved from step 1. Once those 2 people are there, what next probably needs to happen?
You need to be able to actually get there without dying.
Okay, we could say that. And what else? There's another one that goes hand in hand with that.
Wait, sorry, what?
What else? It goes hand in hand kind of with that.
Be able to pop it with them dying and them not popping trans.
No, kind of. So abilities. You need to make sure they don't have abilities to stop you from getting those 2 kills. By either your team helping you stay alive through it, like you were saying, making sure you can get there to hit Q. So there's 3 things that you have to make sure that happens before you can get your goal of getting 2 kills. 2 people have to be playing to each other, and you have to make sure they don't have ability to do so with. And if those two things can't happen, then you need to either swap or you just need to use it to change, or you need to change your goal. Because obviously you don't want to go 2 minutes without using an ultimate like you did.
Yeah.
You need to use, you got your ultimate this fight, you need to probably be using it this fight or maybe even next fight. But there shouldn't be any other time than that. You need to go 2 fights, whatever, and hit Q. So let's go back and look at how many times you got in situations where there's actually 2 people there. Okay, so we gotta wait till you have ultimate here. Okay, so we have ultimate here. Okay. What did we say first thing that has to happen?
2 people have to keep playing together.
2 people have to be together, okay? So you're dead there, so wait for this next one. Okay, so you're here again. Let's see what's going on with their team. Okay, can you spot 2 people playing together?
3.
Okay, so
There's 3 people.
now let's go back, because you may have not have even seen this. You may have not even looked over here. Let's go back a little bit and let's see if you've seen 2 people playing together. Okay. So you come in through the building. Your team's fighting. Yeah, their team, you can easily see their team right there. Okay. So that's one instance right there where you've seen 2 people playing together. And maybe they had abilities, maybe they didn't. Okay? Okay? Is there 2 enemies playing together here?
Yeah.
Okay, you got the Zarya, you got the McCree playing next to each other. You could maybe say the Ana and Rhine are kind of, but I think the more obvious answer is the Zarya and McCree. Okay, let's say if we go with this option. Now, your next thing, once you find 2 people playing together, your next thing is getting over there safely. Does that seem possible to do from here?
Yeah.
Probably not. Because they have the Ana, the McCree has LOS of you, they have the Sombra that can easily hack you out of the sky. The Zen, I mean, you can see him through the wall, but you don't know if he's there or not. But there's too many dangerous pathways going all the way across the map to get to that area if you go straight through. Okay? So this is probably not going to be an ideal point to do something on. Now, you can maybe use your concussion mask over there, but you've had a better opportunity maybe 20 seconds ago. Okay? And you look here. Okay? Is there 2 people playing here? Yeah? And you can probably get over here a little easier. And do they have any abilities? No real telling if there was any abilities used. You can't really see anything here. So we don't know about that third one. But 2 out of 3 and the option to have a bonus third person. So in those 10 seconds, you had 3 opportunities, or 12 seconds, 3 opportunities to use your ult that followed what your protocol is for getting value from this barrage. Your goal here was to get at least 2 with this ultimate, and the factors that prevented you from getting this ultimate off would be making sure that there are at least 2 players playing with each other, playing next to each other. Next, making sure you can get there alive or something like that, and then also looking at cooldowns of the enemy team. There are multiple instances that we've seen that you had 2 out of those 3 things covered, and in one of those situations, you had it to where multiple people were there, more than your goal of 2, where you could still get value. Okay? So next week, when you come back in, I need to see much better ultimate usage from the Pharah when you're playing the Pharah. So this week, for your homework or whatever, go play some games on Pharah. I want to see the ultimates coming out at much better times with the same goal in mind. Okay? You want 2 kills with this? I want you to be looking for the 2 players there, blah, 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 making sure abilities are used, and everything. Go down the complete list, okay? Next, if the ability, make sure your team has abilities to, so whatever your team has, make sure your team has as well. So if you need their team to not have any abilities, then you want your team to have abilities, if that makes sense. If your team needs to be able to get there safe, or if you need to get there safely, your team needs to be able to get there safely. So kind of work all the stuff that you need for your team as well. And if you can check all those things off, I want you to come back and send a VOD review in where you're losing on Farah, doing this exact thing over and over multiple times. So we can see what needs to be happening there. If it's, oh, now you need to swap heroes. Oh, it's bad positioning. Oh, they're blah, 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 whatever. But this is the first and foremost thing that you're doing wrong here, is literally just sitting on this ultimate and just not doing anything. You could have used the ultimate, swapped off, got a whole other minute on the Reaper, and built your ult a lot quicker. But this is something that I need you to work on for homework, and then post a VOD up sometime this week whenever you can meet those requirements, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any questions or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Good luck in your homework.
Next to their name.
Okay. Cinnabon, you ready?
Oh, we should probably move VCs if we're not here to get coached.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Wait, Impulse. When is the goats bugs? Just curious.
I'm gonna do Cinnabons and then I'll be starting in a second.
Alright.
So about 15 minutes.
Alright.
Yes,
Yo,
please.
What's wrong? Busy.
What's the matter? Dude, that was rough, bro. I was getting fucking... Oof.
You were
Whatever.
getting roasted.
You were getting coached, is what that's called.
Yep. At arcade.
What's wrong? Busy.
What's the matter, Dizzy the Busy?
Yeah, that's
I
what
still
it is.
get used to the old icebox.
Alright.
Bro,
Valorant. I'm a Yoru
Wait.
player, by the way.
Oh, but I'm a Yoru player. Hold up.
That's not gonna add up, dog. That
Panda-
don't add up. The
Panda,
character
Panda,
that
Panda,
actually
Panda.
requires a thought process. There ain't no way you picked up that
Nah,
character.
dog. What do you mean? You want to see my Yoru gameplay? Hold up. Nah,
Oh wait, no, we're
Okay. So, do you have questions or anything like that before we get started?
Would you prefer a VOD or live?
VOD preferably. If you have a VOD.
I have 4 VODs.
Okay, awesome. Let me see the one where you're playing the best and still lost. If you know which one that is. Just post in VOD review. We'll go over that. I'm gonna get some water really quick and then I'll be right back.
I'm also gonna get some water, so I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, let's see. Alrighty, so I'm assuming this is Tracer still, or? Hello? Oh.
I'm back.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is Tracer.
Welcome to
Now you're playing? Okay.
for battle.
Alrighty. Alright. Okay. Let's see.
2, 1.
I feel like there's more I could have done in some positioning slash like I guess target errors that I made, but
Okay.
we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah. My goal for these VOD reviews while we're doing this is that the thing I want to tell you when I can say, okay, there's nothing more I really seen here. What you should have done is swap heroes, or you need to aim better. Because if those are the only 2 things that I can tell you, then that's it. You're done with. You did everything that I've seen. It was right. Yeah, there may be some minor things, but if you're in plat, gold, silver, whatever, that's not going to make them like having a better hero would make loads more difference than doing stuff. So that's what that's the end goal of what I'm wanting to do from here. Okay, so overall, this is pretty good so far. Now, are you calming to your team at all?
No, I.
Okay.
Due to a game earlier, I just kind of didn't want to have to deal with comms.
Okay, because you should have. If you had comms here, you should when you had that Bastion low, you should have told your diva to go in with defense matrix, so you could just walk for it. But still get them anyways, so it's not anything bad there. Oh.
I should have waited for recall, which I realized, and I also should have damaged the Bastion a little more.
Hey, if you had did a little bit more, you would have got him. It was a decent play, but I mean, it's fine. You already won the point. So. Like the ultimate could have been better, but you guys seem to be kind of rolling through. Overall, in attack, everything seems pretty good, other than like maybe some minor mistakes, but nothing major. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is definitely. Okay, yeah, awareness issue.
That I was like, where's the turret? I
Yeah.
didn't see the red markers.
If you're ever wondering where the turret is at and you have to find it, just go back to where you was. And then... Okay. Could have recalled there. This Reaper gets 3. 4. And then he gets nanoed. Yep. Yeah, if you would have recalled there, I think you would have been fine. Right now, bad positioning. Looks like you should be rotating already. There's no real need for you to, like, sit here. Like, you could already be up on the high ground getting ready to pulse bomb and stuff. Like, now, obviously, in lower ranks, everything's moving a lot slower. But in higher ranks, you're going to need to make sure that you're rotating a lot quicker, because if you didn't, the enemy team would already have been up here.
Okay.
Oh. That wasn't necessarily too bad. Like, I think you could have easily blinked to a better position than where you was. But overall, so far, it's been minor mistakes here that you could just be like you just need to be better at tracing. So far,
It's
now
just a matter
I
of
don't.
practice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if did you have recall there? You should have recalled.
I did.
Yeah, you should have recalled that. So a couple pulse bomb issues looks like going on there. There's been a couple pulse bombs that have been a bit of an issue, but nothing that's like, oh man, this is really
affecting gameplay.
yeah, not enough to work.
I was hoping that Torb would hit me so I could
Yeah.
take health back, but
Oh, okay. Do y'all cap this here?
we cap second and go
Okay.
halfway through third.
Because right now, from first to second point, I think the only thing you should have did on second is swap to McCree. They have two.
More value?
Yeah, McCree would do way better here compared to their comp to their comp versus you doing something on Tracer. Because they have the Torb turret, they have the Rhine that's gonna be swinging and stuff if you get too close, they got the Winston can chase you down, they got the res to come back and stuff. They have a lot of stuff that's like doesn't really counter you, but it's not a good target for you to go for.
Okay.
Like if you dive the Ana, she's just gonna get pocketed, and Monkey can chase you out. You can try to chase the Monkey, but it doesn't seem like they're not really. The effort they're putting into you is not enough to stop you guys from losing or stop your team from winning the fight. The Torb's 1v1ing you, and maybe the Mercy's helping them out, but they are still winning the fight. So the amount of resources you're demanding to get looked at and focused on isn't doing anything for your team. Whether is that your team's fault or your fault, doesn't matter. Your team's not getting anything done. Good pulse bomb there. But I think so far from what I've seen, I don't think there's like too many major issues other than making sure you're pulse bombing correctly. Aim and stuff obviously could always be better, but I mean that's stuff you just gotta work on. It's just I think literally you would just get way more value on this map if you swapped to McCree. Ooh. That was a pretty decent play, and I mean it should have been done a little earlier. And this is the same thing that I was talking to Panda about is like being aggressive when you're down one. Whenever you lose a player on your team or something like that, unless it's like almost overtime or something, you need to stay alive. You should be like playing super aggressive if you're going to be if you feel like it's going to be a lost fight, because I mean if you get something great, if you don't, it doesn't matter. You need to die fast anyways. like I said, as on second point and stuff, you want to just kind of be a little more further up to take space for your team and hold down areas of the map. Because like right now, okay, your team moves in here, right? Your team's going to be fighting in this choke, okay? So on the defense, I have never seen a defense where players are holding here on the defensive side. You know what I mean? They're going to be holding back here, maybe watching through this room, maybe watching on this side here. But I've never seen a defense hold here unless they're walking through this area. The reason why I mention that is because you should, on that attack, when you're just standing there, you should already be taking one of these spaces away from the enemy team where they have to fight you back for it. Now, they come out of the right side with the Bastion. Okay, yeah, you probably ain't holding this space anymore. That's all that you needed to know. Okay, you rotate around over here. Now you're taking up this space and playing around this area where it may be a little tougher. Oh, they got the turret here. You can shoot the turret down, still be in cover from the Bastion. And now you're having them have to look because you're in a critical space of theirs.
Okay.
Rather than, like I said, nobody's going to fight here.
Fight, yeah.
So like you do try to take this space and stuff like that, which is good. But like I said, it's just late, like, but it's lower SR, so it's not as punishing. As the higher up you get, the more punished you get for not taking space. Which, if you do start taking space in lower SRs, it makes it even easier for you to win. So on attack, I think that's probably the biggest thing you need to work on there. But overall, I think as the tracer on the attack there, I think you did fine. You was taking space on first point pretty well. Second point, you did all right. Third point, probably need a little bit more work there, with it being consistent as everything else. But yeah, I think your biggest thing here is if you would have swapped to a McCree, I think you would have had a way better time playing. Or you probably would have won this a lot easier. Just because of the how much they had to counter you versus how much you could get value from. Yeah. Let's look on this attack. Because I'm very curious on how y'all lost this on attack. Okay, so they come out on a Bastion. Huh?
I think it was just me not putting in enough like pressure and whatnot. Like you said before.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's only so much pressure you can do when you have 150 HP and a Zen and a Bastion on the enemy team, and all this stuff. Again, like that's very hard to deal with, to put pressure, because not one of them are going to turn around. All of them are going to turn around. Look, there's 3 already on you, and they have so much stuff to kind of stop you from doing anything. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, it's great that they all didn't turn around on you, but, I mean, kind of crazy. And that was excellent play there. Like, surprisingly, that first play, I get contradicted as literally what I was saying, is that they're probably not going to do anything, and they do something, and you get value from it.
And then I die here because I should have
Yeah, you should just ran away there.
Back to work.
There, steamroller. Let's see. And your team didn't touch. Okay. Oh.
There we go. I just want to make sure my mic was working.
Yeah. I'm just surprised your team didn't go touch, because that was a pretty long stall. I should have been able to touch, but I mean, if you're not in comms, they may not have thought you was going to touch. So, I mean, like I said, that's a personal preference. You don't want to talk, you don't want to talk, but that can help you out a lot. Go for the pulse bomb, I'm assuming. Okay. Bastion doesn't turn around.
But
Good pulse. Payload should have been a priority for you since you have the mobility in this composition. Mercy could have easily touched as well, but I mean, y'all aren't communicating, so you don't know. And since you have the second most mobility compared to the Mercy, or with the Mercy right now, you should have touched to make sure they didn't hold that, because I think you could have won that easy. So dealing with a Bastion comp requires communication, or very good observation to know when you're gonna push. Because if you don't have that, man, it's over. Just look how much pressure or effort they're putting into the Bastion.
my pulse here is bad. I'll say that.
I mean, a lot of them have been pretty bad. I think on average they're worse in this game than they are good. But that's not something I'm really too worried about. Yeah, you build pulse pretty quick anyways, so it's not like you're worried about anything. Like, you're already 50% to another ultimate, so what is a messed up pulse bomb? Ooh. That was close. Good priority. I mean, literally, mechanical sense there. Or mechanical skill. That's all that was. If you would have hit a couple headshots more, you would have killed that Mercy. So. So Pulse Bomb plays in this composition, you want to probably go for like the Zen or something like that. You don't want to go for tanks in this situation, because if you go for a tank in any other composition, it's not going to be that bad because you can probably finish them off. But in this composition specifically, they have the Bastion and the Res and stuff like that. So if you don't get a kill, you're not stopping momentum at all because the Bastion's just so oppressive.
And it's if I can kill like one of the supports or the Bastion, it just kind of puts a halt to a lot.
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, instead of just doing a decent amount of damage to a tank, because I mean that may slow them down a little bit, but it's not stopping the Bastion from shooting. Your team's still going to get zoned out from the Bastion, whether or not that Rhine's there or the Winston's there or whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to get a kill. Okay, got the kill there. And like, see, doesn't even matter, because there's just so much momentum with having the Bastion just free reign. So I think the only thing here, looking at this because this is your third week now, everything else has been pretty good. I think you need to fix up a little bit of your rotations and stuff like that. Get your speed up a little bit on that and take the angles a little bit better. But overall, I think it was fine. I think he was doing a lot throughout the match. Also, I think on your pulse bombs, I think your pulse bombs need a little bit more work. That's a mechanical skill, so that's nothing crazy. What else? on attack, I think you did great on attack. Other than those 2 minor things, I don't think there's anything crazy there that you need to work on.
And then just swapping for value.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely on the attack. I definitely think you should have swapped for value. On defense, I think the Tracer could have just been a little bit better on targets you were going for with the Pulse Bomb, because against that specific team comp, a lot of people are just kind of playing super slow and just letting the Bastion do a lot of the work. There's going to be a little easier targets for the Pulse Bomb, like the Bastion. Just Pulse Bomb the Bastion every time. Simple as that. So if you can do that, that'd be great. But yeah, now next week when you come in, I want to see a little more Tracer gameplay, and then I want to start seeing hero swaps to hard counter. Because now, I mean, looking at how is your rate with Tracer doing all of that stuff now? Better, worse, same? Depends.
I think it just depends.
Okay.
I've only won 1 game out of my placements so far.
How many have you done?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't put me too far below what I was.
Yeah, I think now, honestly, like, your Tracer gameplay seems to be fine. I think you need to just start swapping to play counters, because if your fallback is going to be, I want to play Tracer, when you go and say I want to play Tracer, you need to be popping off on Tracer. If you start out playing Tracer and you're mediocre, and then you're like, oh, I need to swap to counter, and then you're also less mediocre on those heroes, just fucking play the Tracer, because you're not doing shit on the other hero. So, at this point, you're pretty good on Tracer, it seems like, in this SR. Obviously mechanical skill and stuff like that needs to be improved on, but I think you're pretty good. When you're playing against a team that can't counter you, you're going to be popping off. When you're playing against a team that can counter you, you're going to have to swap. Because now you are at that plateau point of where your mechanical skill is not good enough to carry you through that type of stuff. You're just not able to carry hard enough on Tracer yet. If you want to spend 20 hours just doing mechanical stuff, go ahead, then you might be able to. But at this point, it's not happening. But yeah. So.
Okay.
All right. Any questions or anything like that?
Let's say there's a Baptiste on the Bastion comp there. Would I try to focus the Baptiste first and then Pulse, or should I like try and get Lamp out?
If you can get Lamp out, ideally you want to get the Lamp out.
Okay.
But I mean, in lower ranks, hold on, let me. In lower ranks, they may not have the reaction time to actually send out the immortality field, so it'll just kind of really depend. I would say go for the Baptiste. Try to bait out the things first. And then if he does, cool. If he doesn't, then you may not have any other choice other than to use Pulse Bomb to bait that out. Because even if you do use Pulse Bomb and gets everybody to 20 HP or whatever, the whatchamacallit's going to be down anyways. So, or they're all going to be low health anyways. So all your team has to do is just push in. In those situations, like I said, anytime you're going against the Bastion, you have to have some type of communication with your team, and it would be so much easier to deal with it on defense. Because all you have to do is just communicate, because that first point stall was perfect. You just need your team to push in. So, all right. See you next week. I am excited to see what heroes and stuff you swap to counter to, so we can figure out the your thought process on when it comes to counter swaps and everything. But yeah, all right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm starting. I gotta start the pugs thing. All right.